This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 8. Start at verse 17. And you shall say in your heart, you shall say in thine heart, your heart, my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. 18th verse, Deuteronomy 8. But you shall remember the Lord Yahweh your power, for it is he that giveth thee power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he sware unto his fathers, as it is this day. 19th verse, Deuteronomy 8. And it shall be, if you do at all forget the Lord Yahweh your power, and walk after other gods, and serve them, and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. 20th verse, as the nations which the Lord Yahweh destroyeth before your face, so shall you perish. Why? Because ye would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh your power. I'd like to start off by saying, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai Bahashim, Harakat Kodash. Once again, double honors to the apostles and elder bishop of Great Millstone that taught me this truth, that ruled well. Peace and salutation to the hopeful 144,000 elect men and the 1/3 men, women, and children. And to the new and to the few brothers and sisters listening to me that's in this truth, to you I say, Shalom. Once again, it's your brother Kawas Malak coming at you with another quick lesson in this true Israel, 24/7, 365. Once again, this is what I do to get you in the mood, baby. Pre-Passover, pre-Passover, various topics. Just do a quick little reading. And that was Deuteronomy chapter 8. Once again, all the lessons that are found into the point Israel. Pray for me, I'm praying for you. That was Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 17 through 20. Let's go to the top real quick. Deuteronomy 8, verse 1. All the commandments which I command thee this day shall you observe to do. See, all the commandments that you read in these scriptures, the ones that you didn't know that was in the Bible, now that the brothers is on the highways and byways, and that's why we give double honor to our apostles and elders who taught us this truth. See, we know the commandments and that we must observe to do them to this day. He says that you may live. This is why you obey and do the commandments. Eat right, live right, pray right, call on the right name, walk in love, and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh swear unto your fathers. See, and we're about the new land we're going to get is America, the world, the new earth back. But back then, it was that whole land over there of Israel, that whole area over there by the what is it? God, let me bring it up. Bear with me, Israel. I have a hard time remembering that. I know it's definitely the Sea of Levant, but let's see. Bear with me. Put it up raw. Khan right here. Images. Khan. This. Let me see if I can get it. All this land right here. You see all this land? I don't know if I'll make it bigger, Israel. I don't know. I have no idea. But you see all this land? I don't know. See all this land right here? So this is where Egypt was, right? The land of Goshen, Egypt, where Egypt was when we were in captivity. When we left Egypt out of Pharaoh, we crossed Slakia. This is where it was. This is where Egypt was, in this area. We were on this side. And when we got kicked out of Egypt, we traveled down and we crossed right here. Which is let me see if I can bring it up. The Sea of Levant, right here, Slakia. The Gulf of Suez, Slakia. The Gulf of Suez. So we were up here in Egypt, you see. and we got kicked out of Egypt, and we came down, and we crossed here. This is where the Most High Yahweh Bashem Yahushua split the Red Sea. This is the Red Sea, see, but we weren't down here, we were up here. So we split here, we came across, and this is where we dwelt in the wilderness. And then we just took all this land. Eventually, all this land became ours. All this land became ours. At one time, it was other nations. Do you see right here? It says, damn it, here we go. Edom, Moab, up here is Ammon, different nations, right? And eventually, we took all that. You see? So it says, and go in and possess the land which the Lord Yahweh swore unto your fathers. Second verse. And you shall remember, ding, 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 all the way which the Lord Yahweh your power led thee these 40 years in the wilderness. Why? To humble thee, the wilderness right here, to humble thee and to prove thee, yes. What good is the answer without a problem? Most High Yahweh gave them all that wealth and put them in a place where they can't spend it. That's just what the Most High will do to you. He'll give you all kind of money and no mall to spend it in. No department store. It says, to know what is in your heart. That's why he proves you. That's why he humbles you. To know what is in your heart, whether you would keep his commandments or no. See, how would you know? How would I know? How would I know if you love me? How would I know if you love me? You have to give me a choice. I have to slack you. How would I know you love me? I would have to give you a choice. How would I know you love me? I have to give you a choice. So that's what the Most High does. He humbles you. So who are you going to lean on when I humble you? He said, and to prove you. Why? To know what is in your heart, whether you will keep his commandments or no. Third verse. And he humbled thee. Absolutely. He know how to humble you. Sit down and suffer thee hunger and suffer thee to hunger in these last days. He's about to humble everybody. Everybody in America with a triple K. Everybody in the whole planet Earth is about to be humbled. Sit down. And fed thee with manna. Right. Angel bread. The real angel bread. Food from heaven. Angel bread. Which you know of not. You didn't know what it was. You just knew it provided for you. You didn't starve. Neither did your fathers know what the manna was, that he might make thee know that man does not live by bread alone. Yes. Woo. I made you. I know what you can do and cannot do. Man shall not, that you may know that man shall not live. That he may know that he might make thee know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Lord Yahweh does man live. 2/3 out of order family members. Definitely you, Esau. You're just a man, Esau. You're just a man, 2/3 Jake Eve. You're just a woman, Jake Eve. You're just a man, Jake. You're just a man, Esau, Edom, Ammon, Moab, Ishmael, Amalek. Fourth verse. Your raiment, yes, wax not old upon thee. You know, your clothing. Neither did your foot swell these 40 years. Man, the Most High know how to take care of you with your diet, with your prayer, with your relationship, with that covenant. He know how to provide for you. Yahweh is my provider, and Yahweh Shai will provide for me. Yahweh is my provider, and Yahweh Shai will provide for me. Fifth verse. You shall also consider in your heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord your power chasteneth thee. See, that's part of it. You shall also consider, it will come to mind in your heart that as a man chasteneth his son, so the Lord Yahweh your power chasteneth thee. Jake Eve chastens those that he loved. Therefore, always find out what is therefore. You shall keep the commandments Woo! The ordinances, the oracles, the laws, the statutes, the ordinances, you shall keep, therefore you shall keep the commandment of the Lord Yahweh your power to walk in his ways in these last days. It is a requirement to walk in the ways of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, and to fear him. See, this is a commandment. You shall keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your power to walk in his ways and to fear him. 7th verse. For the Lord Yahweh your power bringeth thee into a good land. Yes, this is the good land. The new good land is the new kingdom when it comes. But this was the old good land right here. All this going to bring us into all this land. See, a good land. It says a land of brooks of water. Yes, of fountains and depths that spring out of the valleys and hills. Woo! Provision. Can you say provision? I said provision. Can you say provision? Woo! He's a provider. Yahweh Bahashem is a provider, a savior, a redeemer, a deliverer. Woo! Man. A healer. Man. And a land of wheat. Provision. And barley. Provision. And vines. Provision. Sweetness. Figs. Provision. Sweetness. And pomegranates. Provision. Sweetness. And land of olive oil. Yes. Health. Inside eternally. Our women we put it on our bodies, men and women. We put olive oil on our body and honey. Woo, sweet. Man, what is that? How do they call it honey? What they call honey? The nectar of the bees or something like that. 9th verse. A land wherein you shall eat bread without scarceness, unlike in America, people starving, children starving, homelessness everywhere. A land wherein you shall eat bread without scarceness, provision, over exceeding more great abundantly, overflowing provision. You shall not lack anything. Ding, ding, ding. Unlike America, a land whose stones are iron. Yes. And out of whose hills you may dig brass. Provision, even in the soil of the land, is provision. Woo! He's a provider. 10th verse. When you have eaten and are full, yes, you shall then, it's like it, when you have eaten and are full, then you shall bless the Lord Yahweh your power for the good land which he giveth thee. Are you thankful? I said, are you thankful when you got a full belly? Are you thankful? When you got a roof over your head, are you thankful? When you got shoes on your feet, are you thankful? You ought to be, Jake. You better count your blessings, Jake. 11th verse. Beware that you forget not the Lord Yahweh your power. Woo! Ding, 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 ding. Beware, be aware, beware, be aware that you forget not the Lord Yahweh your power. And that's easy to do in these last days. But beware, be aware that you forget not. Warning, warning, that you forget not the Lord Yahweh your power in not keeping his commandments, woo, and his judgments and his statutes, which I command thee this day in these last days, 2023. Be aware that you forget not, woo, your power, Yahweh. Man. 12th verse, Deuteronomy 8. Lest when you have eaten and are full and have built goodly houses, balling like a fat rat in the cheese factory, and you're living like a fat rat in the cheese factory, sleeping good, sleeping on silk sheets, 1,000 counts and shit, all the above, lest when you have eaten and are full and has built goodly houses, Jake Eve now in America with a triple K, and dwell therein, and when your herds and your flocks multiply, children, grandchildren, stocks and bonds and multiplying and flipping houses and cars, and you're in heaven, living like a fat rat. And your silver and your gold is multiplied, your purse, your bank account, and all that you have is multiplied. Children, animals, dog, kids, babies, money, friends, circles, material wealth and blessing. 14th verse. Then, ding, 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 your heart be lifted up. Oh, brother, I have no problem with what's going on in America, brother. All this, we hope everything works out, brother. But I have plans, brother. Then your heart be lifted up. Oh, brother, so I don't understand. What do you mean you don't have any money? I don't understand that you can't pay your bills. I don't understand. Then your heart is be lifted up and you forget the Lord Yahweh, your power, and it's easy to do that. How many people ride by the brothers on the highways and byways week in and week out with the beers, Bibles, and garments, ride by big money in their pocket, don't support the brothers? How many people live right by Skid Row, or live right by where homeless people are? And, there's more houses, empty houses in America than it is the homeless. So why can't the homeless live in a house? Only in Esau's kingdom, only in Esau Edom's kingdom, America with a triple K, where homelessness is a problem. In our kingdom, everybody will have a place to live and always have had a place to live. The native Indians, Gad, Reuben, Issachar, when you came to the Americas, they gave you a teepee and some food, a place to sleep in the meal. That's mandatory, but not in Esau's kingdom. He'll put you out on the street, which now you're living like a fat rat. You putting people out on the street that can't afford your $2,000 a month studio. Why? Because your heart is lifted up and you forgot the Lord Yahweh, your power, Israel, which brought thee forth out of the land of Egypt. And I showed y'all that right here. The land of Egypt. We were right here. Right here, my cursor over here to the right. We were right here. We came out of Egypt. We crossed the Gulf of Suez, stayed in the wilderness, and just worked our way up this whole land and took all this land right here. Took all that. It says, which brought you forth out of the land of Egypt from the house of bondage. We were in bondage. In modern day Egypt is America with a triple K. We are in bondage now. Believe it or not, Jake, who led thee through that great, terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents. Let me show that again. Slakia, that's not what I wanted. Right here, the wilderness. See? Oh, shit. There we go. The wilderness, right here. See it? See the wilderness? You see? Fiery serpents, scorpions, and drought, where there was no water. Woo! Who brought thee forth water, who provided for thee water out of the rock of flint. Man, and that rock is still there. Let me see if I could bring that up. Bear with me, Israel. Put this up, rock of flint. I think that's what it is. Let me see, rock of flint. For some images. No, that's not the one I want. Split the Red Sea, water out of a rock. Let's see if it'll show me what I'm looking for. But it's still up there to this day. But it's a certain let me see what else I can tell real quick, Israel. Bear with me. See, see. They will show the rock. Damn. It almost looked like that, but that's not it. Damn. Here it is. Right here. That's where he split the was it with Moses? He struck the rock. Was he supposed to strike it or was he supposed to speak to it? But this is the rock where it came out. This is the last miracle Moses did. This is the last miracle through Moses. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai did through Moses. So he split this rock right here and made water come out of it. Back to Deuteronomy right here where it says, well, maybe go there, was right here. Let me read it again. Deuteronomy 8, verse 15. Who led thee through the great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought forth water out of the rock of flint. So that was routine for the Most High Yahweh to give us water out of a rock or from a rock. Man, 16th verse, who fed thee in the wilderness with manna, yes, provision, which your fathers do not, that he might humble thee. And this was part of my preface precept, but I want to go back to this whole chapter. It said, this is why he did this, to humble thee, that he might prove thee, to do thee good at the latter end. But you got to earn the good at the latter end. Jake, 144,000 elect men and the 1/3 men, women, and children. You have to earn to do thee good at the latter end. We are in the latter end now. We got next. You want to be provided for during Jacob's trouble, and you want to be delivered out of World War III. Point blank, period. That he may humble thee and prove thee in these last days to do thee good at thy latter end. Woo! 17th verse. And you say in your heart, my power and my might has got me this wealth. I went to school and got these 5 degrees. I built this business from the ground up. And you say in your heart, my power and my might. It's like my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. Arrogant, proud, conceited, selfish, arrogant. 18th verse. How many of our people are like that now? But ding, ding, ding. But you shall remember. Woo! Jakey, you shall remember the Lord Yahweh, your power in these last days. For it is he, Yahweh, that giveth thee power to get wealth. Not you, Jake. Give a damn. The Most High Yahweh gave you the energy, the strength to get 5 degrees. Gave you the energy, the strength, and the wisdom to build your business from the ground up. It is he that giveth thee power to get wealth in these last days. Why are you paid, Jake? Those that are well off. Why are you paid, Jake? Those that are well off. Why are you paid, Jake? That you may establish his covenant, which he sware unto your fathers as it is today, as it is this day. So you are to assist in the ministry. You're supposed to be breaking the brothers off, the apostles and elder bishops off. You see the brothers on the highways and byways with the beards, the Bibles, and the garments. You're supposed to be breaking us off. But no, I have a business tour. I have a meeting ahead of me. I'm running late. I have to do the payroll. I have to catch a flight. See, you're selfish, arrogant, cocky, rude, disrespectful. 19th verse. And it shall be if you do not, Salaki, and it shall be if you do all, man, and it shall be if you do at all forget the Lord Yahweh your power. It shall be if you do at all forget the Lord Yahweh your power and walk after other little G's and serve them in these last days and worship them in these last days. I testify. Who's I? Yahweh testify against you. Woo! This day, man, that you shall surely perish in these last days. ICBM thermonuclear fire, plagues, pestilences, purges, spirits created from vengeance. 20th verse. As the nations which the Lord Yahweh destroyeth before your face, which we saw before, so shall you perish. Just like I killed them, I will kill you. Woo! Why? Because you would not be obedient unto the voice of the Lord Yahweh, your power. Psalm 105, verse 1. Let's see what's going on here real quick. Let's see. Con. Okay, good. Ain't nothing on the comment board. Oh, Shalom, Princess Shalom. Let's get back to it. Deuteronomy chapter. Did I do that right? Yep. Deuteronomy. Psalms 105, verse 1. Psalms 105, verse 1, and it reads, oh, give thanks unto the Lord Yahweh. Woo! See, do you give thanks to the Most High Yahweh, your power? Call on his name, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah. Make known his deeds among the people. See? Testify, prophesy. Woo! Brag on the Most High Yahweh. Gas him up. Sing unto him. Yes. Sing psalms unto him. Yes. Talk ye of all his wondrous works. Testify. Brag on. Prophesy. Third verse. Glory ye in his holy name. Yeah. Glory you in his holy name. And glory in you in his holy name. Let, that's an action word. Let the dog out. Let me in. Let me see. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. And we need a rejoicing heart in these last days. Let the heart, that's your mind, you see, your spirit. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Fourth verse. Seek the Lord Yahweh. Ding, ding, ding. You seek for your keys. You seek for that certain item. You seek. Seek the Lord Yahweh and his strength. He has strength as well. Seek his face. Seek his face evermore. And when you seek his face, you can have what's in his hand. See, if you seek the face of Yahweh, you can have what's in his hand. So you don't seek what's in his hand and not his face. Seek his face and you can have what's in his hand. Provision, power. Fifth verse. Remember, ding, 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 his marvelous works that he have done. We just read about that in Deuteronomy 8. His wonders. Look at the earth, the beautiful earth. And the judgments out of his mouth. Woo, man. His indignation. The judgments out of his mouth. Woo, his commandments. Sixth verse. O ye seed of Abraham, his servant. Yes, the children of Israel. Ye children of Jacob, his chosen. Yes, it does not say ye other nations. It says ye Jacob. Woo! O ye seed of Abraham, his servant. Whose servant? Yahweh servant. So that means you're supposed to be a servant. Are you willing to serve, minister Yahweh? Bahashim Yahweh. Seventh verse. He is the Lord Yahweh, our power, his judgments, law, statutes, commandments, indignation, righteous indignation are in all the earth. Woo, can't you tell? Can't you see? Eighth verse. He, Yahweh, has remembered his covenant forever. I like that. Yes. He doesn't forget. He has already, hath remembered his covenant forever. Woo! The word which he commanded, spoken, declared to 1,000 generations. Man, that's minimum. Woo! Calm down, Kawaz. Ninth verse. Which covenant he made with Abraham, father of our faith, Israelite, and his oath unto Isaac, which was Yahweh Shai, the reincarnation, if you can believe that. Woo! 10th verse. And confirmed the same unto Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for a law. Yeah, a law. A border, a guideline. And to Israel, the whole nation, for an everlasting covenant. Fire. 11th verse. Saying, unto thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. And I believe that's on here too. Where's Canaan? Thought I saw that, but yeah, Goshen right here. We can do this right here. No, here Canaan. Canaan right here. Here it is. Canaan. See, Canaan is right there. If you can see that. Let me see if I can make it a little bigger. Nah. But this is a little bit Canaan. See, the land of Canaan. See, it says the lot of your, so that land, the lot of our inheritance. So that land, this land belongs to us. The lot of our inheritance. All this, all that. Give me all that. Run all that. 12th verse. When they were but a few men in number, yea, very few, and strangers in it, when Israel were small in number, right? When they went from one nation to another, right? To diaspora, from, well, not the the last diaspora, but we were spread it out then from one kingdom to another people, right? It says he suffered no man to do them wrong. Woo. See, he even protects you in other lands. Why? Because you're an ambassador of the Most High Yahweh. Therefore, he must protect you in another land. Yea, he reproved kings for their sakes. Think he didn't? 15 verse, saying, touch not my anointed, the 144,000 elect men now, and the 1/3 men, women, and children. Do not touch my anointed, and do my prophets, the men, no harm. Woo! In these last days, 17th verse. Moreover, as important, he called for a famine. Ding, ding, ding. So Esau, you think you are manufacturing a famine? No, the Most High Yahweh is dictating the famine. Moreover, Yahweh, he called for a famine upon the land of America coming up. He break the whole staff of bread. The trucking industry, the railroad industry about to come to an end. You're not gonna have to go to work pretty soon, any minute. I look forward to this society collapsing. Shit, look forward to this shit. Let's go. Tired of going to work and fucking bills and shit. Let's go. Break the whole staff of the bread, Yahweh of America. Break this shit. 17th verse. He sent a man before them, even Joseph, an Israelite, who was sold for a servant by his brothers, who fed, well, not by his brothers, like he was sold as a servant, right? Whose feet, they left him, whose feet they hurt with fetters. He was laid in iron, put in prison. See, Joseph was a prince in a pit. The 144,000 elect men. We are princes in a pit. The 1/3 men, women, and children. You princesses, you elect ladies. You are princesses in a pit. Joseph was a prince in a pit until the time that his word came, Yahweh's word, the word of the Lord tried the king. The king sent and loosed who? Joseph. The prince that was in the pit, the prince that was in prison, even the ruler of the people, and let him go free. Joseph. He made him Lord. Who? The king made Joseph Lord of his house and ruler of all his substance. Woo! To bind his princes and his pleasures, yes, and teach his senators wisdom, an Israelite man. Joseph, to do all this. Israel also came into Egypt, and Jacob sojourned into the land of Ham. Listen. And he increased his people greatly with his wisdom and provision that he had stored up. And he made them stronger than their enemies. Yes. See, Joseph provided for his nation. Can you do that, Jay-Z? Can you do that, Beyonce? Can you do that, Oprah? Can you provide for your whole nation? Michael Jordan, I'm talking to the men. Michael Jordan, Steve Harvey, who else? A lot of these black billionaires. Can you provide for the whole nation? You don't have a king's mentality. Buy the whole neighborhood. Buy the whole city. Buy a whole city and house as many Israelite men and women and children as you can. Then after you buy that city, buy another city. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants at that time. Most High changed it on us. He sent Moses, his servant, and Aaron, whom he chosen, right? They showed his signs among them. Let me go back. It says here, let me go back, 24 verse. And he increased his people greatly and made them stronger than their enemies. Yahweh through Joseph, provision, stored up for those 7 years, increased us, made us stronger than other nations. He turned their heart to hate his people, to deal subtly with his servants. He sent Moses, his servant, and Aaron, whom he had chosen, to Pharaoh. They showed him signs among them and wonders in the land of Ham, out there in Egypt, them Ethiopians, modern day Ethiopians. 28th verse. He sent darkness. I believe is that Exodus. I don't have my sword on me. I should. It's in my bedroom. But that's Exodus 3. where he made it dark. Let me see if I can find that. How can I type that in? There it is. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where is that at? If that first king, I thought Exodus. Con. Yeah, I thought it was Exodus 20. Let me see. I still put Moses to TikTok. No, this is not it. Bear with me, Israel. Hold on one sec. Hold on. Thick. Slacky. I'm typing it wrong. I'll put this up wrong. I'll put this up wrong. I think that you can feel KJV. Exodus 10. I said 3. Okay. Man. Woo, let's see where I want to go. Real quick. Let me Psalms 105, verse 28 led me to Exodus 10. Bear with me. Okay. Let's start at verse 20. So Psalms 105, verse 28 led me to Exodus 10, verse 20. And I'm going to read a little bit. But the Lord Yahweh hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go. 21st verse. And the Lord Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out your hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness. Woo! It's coming. Darkness is spreading. It's coming, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt. Modern day Egypt is America. Even darkness which may be felt. Woo! Man, it's so thick. Let's keep reading. And 22nd verse. And Moses stretched forth his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt. How many days? 3 days. Listen good. 23rd verse. They saw not one another. Who? Those that were in the dark. Those 3 days. They saw not one another. Neither rose any from his place for 3 days. So let's say you live in a 1-bedroom apartment, you and your girl, or whatever. It got so dark that wherever you were, you stayed there for 3 days. But wait a minute, you know your apartment. What if you got to use the bathroom? I know my apartment, man. I could crawl there. Nope, it's that dark. The Most High can make it darker than darker can get, darker. The Most High Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah can make it darker. I just said it. Darker than can get darker. Darker than can get darker. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwellings. Woo! Provision. Back to Psalm 105, verse 28. He sent darkness and made it dark, and they rebelled not against his word. Okay. All right, you want to think you tough? Watch this. 29th verse. He turned their waters into blood. Now, it's dark. Now you thirsty. Oh, the Most High know how to get your attention, bruh. He slew their fish. Yeah, this is the type of power we deal with on the left-hand side. This is what he could do on the left-hand side through Esau Edom, the so-called white man. 30th verse. Their land brought forth frogs in abundance. Frogs is nasty. They make noise. They slithery. And they multiply quickly. Woo! Their land brought forth frogs in abundance. In the chambers of their kings, in your bedroom, man. Ribbit. All damn night. Hopping and shit. Slithering. 30th verse. Billions of them. Shit. 31st verse. He spake, and there came divers sorts of flies. Damn. Come on, man. 1 fly, 2 fly can ruin your whole get together. Trillions and shit. What? And lice. Not just that. Lice. Itching like a damn madman. Oh, ain't nothing like a terrible itch. Let me get that. How does that go? Incurable itch. See if I can prove that real quick. Put this up raw. Slack it. Incurable. Bear with me with my typing, man. Incurable itch. See if I'm typing that in right. Yeah, con. Let's do it. No, let me go back to this. So that's Deuteronomy 28. Let's go to Deuteronomy. Let's go to the Apocrypha. Bear with me. Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. Bear with me, Israel. Put this up raw. Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. Should have known it was inside the curses. I'm just putting this up raw. It's cool. I'm in Sabbath mode. I'm relaxed. I'm in Passover mode. Con right here. It says, let's go here. Psalms 105, verse 31 led me to Deuteronomy 28, verse 27. It said, he spake, and there came divers sorts of flies and lice, which made me say an itch in all their coasts. The Most High Yahweh can put an itch on your ass that you can't listen. The Lord Yahweh will smite thee with the botch of Egypt, right? And with the hemorrhoids, and with the scab. So it's going to be sore. You're going to have sore. In order to get a scab, you got to have a sore. A botch is like a disease. Let me just prove that real quick. Yeah, bear with me, Israel. I just want to, for edification purposes. Let's just make sure. Botch. Deuteronomy 28, verse, what was that, 27? Con. Let's see, botch, with the botch. Shakeen, let me hear Esau say it real quick. Shakeen, a boil, inflammation, a botch. Slocky, I was off with that, but I said a plague, but a botch, so a boil. Let's go back to that. It says the Lord Yahweh will smite thee with the boils of Egypt. He's gonna give you boils, and with the hemorrhoids, with the boils, and with the scab. That means you have a lot of sores, and with the itch, whereof you cannot be healed. So the more you scratch it, the worse it get. The more you want to itch it. You better stop playing with the Most High Yahweh. Let me prove another one to you too, since I'm in this chapter. This Deuteronomy chapter. These curses, the Most High will bust your ass. Bust your ass, Mr. Postman. Where is it at? Bear with me. Bear with me. Could be sick a little bit further down. Let me see. Slack Israel. Slack is. Con, here it is right here. Let's go back to right here. Listen to this. Deuteronomy 28, verse 58. If you will not observe, in these last days, talking to you 2/3 Jake, niggas and niggettes, you out of order family members, you pastor, pervert, bishop, bacon, you niggas don't want to observe, you niggas don't want to believe, you niggas don't want to call on, you want to call on Caesar Borgia, Allah, Buddha, Yahuwah, Yahusha. If you will not observe, call on Caesar Borgia, want to eat swine and commit adultery, if you will not observe to do love Esau, if you will not observe to do all the words of the law that is written in this book, you may, that you may fear his glorious and fearful name, right? The Lord Yahweh, your power, 59th verse, then the Lord Yahweh will make your plagues wonderful. What the heck does that mean? What is a wonderful plague? And plagues of thy seed. Your children gonna get it too. Even great plagues. Damn, Most High Yahweh, tell me how you really feel. And of long continuance. Woo! You better leave a power like that alone. And sore, ever increasing pain, sickness, and sore sicknesses. Worse and worse and worse. And of long continuance. Man, you gotta leave the Most High Yahweh alone, man. 32nd verse. He gave them hail for rain, damn, and flaming fire in their land. Man. He smote, killed their vine, destroyed their vines also, and their fig tree, no provision, and break the trees of their coast. He's going to do that to America, man. He's about to break the railroad industry. He's about to break the trucking industry. I'm telling you, this society will be collapsing real soon. I said, society will be collapsing real soon. Guaranteed, book it. According to scripture, he spake and the locust came. Ooh, locusts eat up crops in minutes. Those I was in Africa when those locusts came. Was it last year maybe, or just over 2 years ago? Those locusts came, and these Israelite, well, they could have been Hamites, I don't know, but they were some dark-skinned farmers over there. They were crying. They were saying that they've been on this farm for 30 years, and these locusts took their ass out in 10 minutes. They've been working this farm for 30 years, and the locusts wiped their ass out in a half hour. Woo! He spake and the locusts came. That's a drought. That's famine. And caterpillars, famine. And without number, trillions, billions, quadrillions. And did eat up all the herbs in the land. Any day now. What movie was that? The last Jurassic Park. Remember Esau had a gigantic ass cricket? No. A giant ass, was it a locust? I guess it was a locust. That shit was huge. That shit was like, looked like they were like a bird and shit. In that last Jurassic Park movie, and that shit was eating up all the crops. It was a GMO. Let me see if I can find that. Just see Jurassic Park, right? It says Jurassic Park, GMO locust. Let's try that. The GMO's locust scene. Let's see if we can pull that up. Bear with me, Israel. Let's see. I'll put the volume down. Let's see which one should I go to. I didn't go to YouTube. I should have went to YouTube. Huh? Let's go to this one. Let me make sure the volume is down. Bear with me, Israel. I want to see if I can show you something. Check this out. I got the volume down for copyright purposes. Shalom, everybody in the comment board. Shalom. We in our pre-Passover. Look at that big ass locust. Look at that shit. Look how big that, and Esau created that. So if you put it on screen, then he have it in real life. Look how big that's a locust. It's like a bird, like some damn birds flying away and shit. Look at all those locusts, those GMO. They're artificially made. That's not real locusts. Locusts aren't that big. Look how big they are. Look how big that shit is. Look at that. That's a locust. Esau created a locust and shit that big, man. Let me see how long to see this. I'm not gonna do the whole scene, but did you see that? That's enough for right now. Let's get a couple more seconds. Let's see what else happened. It had to be a Sheetamite, that knowing what's going on and shit. I think that's it. I don't think they need to see anymore. But let me see if we can fast forward anything else. That's about it. But do you see how big those locusts was, though? Let's get off this. You see how big? It says, let me go back. This would led me there. And he spake, and the locusts came, and the caterpillars. Woo! That's famine, and without number, trillions. 35th verse. And did eat up all the herbs in the land. It's coming to America, man. Not just a manufactured famine by Esau Edom on purpose. Remember, you control the people, you control the food, you control the people. So not just a manufactured famine on the left-hand side, what the Most High going to do, have Esau do, but the Most High is also going to bring locusts as well to America. One way he does that is with the wind. I remember here in Southern California, we had it was last year. We had like it was a hurricane in Mexico, so it was south of us, of Los Angeles, south of Los Angeles in Mexico. The tornado came that way. It's like the hurricane came that way, but it was so much wind that we even got a lot of clouds and things of that nature in Southern California, in Los Angeles, in the Los Angeles area. However, it was bugs. We were finding different type of bugs that we never saw in California, in Southern California, in Los Angeles, that we never saw, because the wind because the bugs that be down in South America down there, all those bugs is not in America, but that wind brought their ass here. So it's easy for the Most High Yahweh to have locusts get caught up in the wind and come to another land, and did eat up all the herbs of the land and devoured the fruit of their ground. 36th verse. He smote, killed, destroyed all the firstborn of their land. That same spirit is going to be on the earth tonight, sundown. Now, those on the East Coast, Shabbat Shalom. The sun's already down. Here on the West Coast, it's not quite down yet. The death angel is in the atmosphere tonight. Will be on the earth tonight. Tonight, I said tonight. The death angel will be judging tonight. Therefore, you better repent, get right, Jake. Analyze yourself. Ask for forgiveness. Pray for mercy. He smote all the firstborn of their land, the chief of all their strength. 37th verse, Psalm 105. He brought them forth also with silver and gold, the Israelites, out of Egypt, remember? And there was not one feeble person among their tribes. 38th verse, Egypt, bondage, America with a triple K now, was glad when they departed. Yes. Get out of here, you Israelites. Get the hell out of my land. That's what Pharaoh was saying. All them Hamites, get out of here. You and your God. Get out of here, you and your God. For the fear of them fell upon them. See, our power used to have such a reputation that when they see us, they be like, what do you want? What does your God say? Because we don't want no problem with the Israelite God. Let me prove that. Put this up raw, Israel. Pray for your brother, Kawas Malak. Thank you for listening. Hope the lessons edifying to the point. Joshua chapter 2. Rahab the harlot, right to the point. Verse 9. Man, yeah, I guess so. Start at verse 8. Joshua 2, verse 8. And before they were laid down, the Israelite men that that Joshua sent to Jericho to spy out the land, Rahab the harlot took them in, because she saw them first, and seeing that they were Israelite men, read the chapter and notice that they were Israelite men, and she asked them, what do you want? Because we know your God don't play. And so she said, I know your God wants us to have this land. Let me get it, man. Shit, I'm butchering it like a man. Let's see. Start from the top, get it out the way quickly. And Joshua the son of Nun sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy out secretly going, go view the land of even Jericho. And they went and came into an harlot's house, a prostitute. So yes, prostitutes can make it, named Rahab, and lodged there with her. And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, behold, word got out that the Israelite men were there. Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country. It says, and the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into your house, for they be come to search out all the country. And the reason why they were questioning Rahab, because she lived right by the entrance. So if we don't see them in our land, they must be here in your house. So they said, bring them out, for they come to search out all of the country. And the woman, Rahab, took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, there came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. This is what she told her people, the king. There came men unto me, but I don't know where they went or where they went. I don't know whence they were. It says, 5th verse, and it came to pass about the time of shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whether the men went I what not, pursue after them quickly, for you shall overtake them. So she told them, if you go now, you could probably catch them. You see, it says, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whether the men went I what not, pursue after them quickly, for you shall overtake them. 6th verse, but she had brought them up to the roof of the house and hid them with the stalks of the flax, which she had laid in the order upon the roof. So she hid them on top of her roof. 7th verse, and the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. So once they were gone, this is what happened. And before they were laid down, she came up, before they went to sleep, she came up unto them upon the roof. Listen to what she said. And she said unto the men, the Israelite men, I know, that the Lord Yahweh has given you the land. Because you wouldn't be here if he didn't. And that your terror, see, we used to be that terrifying because of our power, Al-Asaja. Our power would have us so powerful on earth. They would when they seen us, they would fear. And that reputation's gone, man. That reputation's gone. And that your terror is fallen upon us. And that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. The king and his men, everybody's scared because they heard Israelite men were in their land. 10th verse, for we have heard, see, the reputation of Yahweh Bahashem Yahushua, Al-Asaja, for we have demon-like power. For we have heard how the Lord Yahweh dried up the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt. And I showed you that right here. Right here. We came out of Egypt, right here. See the cursor? We came this way. And we crossed right here, which is the Gulf of Suez. The Gulf of Suez. We came down right here, out of Goshen, out of Lower Egypt. We came this way out of Egypt. We crossed here. The Most High split the Red Sea with the chariot, and we were in the wilderness here for 40 years. So it says, hear, O Israel, you are, well, let me, right here where it says, no, I'm in the wrong chapter. That's where I'm right here. It's like it. Joshua chapter 2, verse 10. For we heard how the Lord Yahweh dried up the Red Sea for you. Now, when they say the Red Sea, see the word Red Sea right there at the bottom? See the word Red Sea at the bottom? So the Gulf of Suez and the Gulf of Aqaba is part of the Red Sea. So that's why Esau just says the Red Sea. It's part of the Red Sea. For when ye came out of Egypt, and what the Israelite men did unto the two kings of the Amorites that were on the other side of Jordan, Sihon and Og, who ye utterly destroyed. Almost done. 11th verse. And as soon as we heard these things about you Israelites, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any courage in any man. Woo! That's a cold reputation we had at one time. Men, get in line, sisters, princesses. Be feminine, modest, docile, delicate, quiet, a pillar of rest. Men. We were created to rule, reign, and conquer because of you. Woo! For the Lord Yahweh, your power, he is Yahweh in heaven above and in earth beneath. Back to Psalm 105, verse 38. Egypt, America now with a triple K, was glad when they departed at that time. Remember Egypt, I just talked about it. For the fear of them fell upon them. See, they finally got afraid of us, of what our power did. Woo! With the plagues. 39th verse. He spread a cloud for a covering. Think he doesn't? A chariot, what the world called UFOs. and fire to give light at night. See, during the day, it was a cloud, a beautiful, clear day. It was a giant, beautiful, what are those clouds called? Ventricular clouds, or, type shit. Ventricular or ventricular. I said, no, clouds. Am I doing? No, lenticular. Salakia. Images. It was something like this in the sky. You'll be Booba the Fool would know that's a chariot. Stevie Wonder can see that's a chariot. Ray Charles can see that these are chariots. So the Most High had something like this in the sky during the day. Then at night, he had a pillar of fire. Let me see if I can see if I can find a pillar of fire. At night, a pillar of fire. I'm not quite sure. It's not good examples of it, because it's a supernatural, like it's a chariot that's glowing in the dark is what a pillar of fire is. It's a chariot that's glowing in the dark. So he spread a cloud for covering during the day and fire to give light in the night. Woo, man! Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. 40th verse. Then the people asked, and he brought quails, meat, provision, and satisfied them with the bread of heaven, which was manna. 41st verse, he opened the rock, and I showed you that right here. Right here. He split the rock. That was the last miracle Moses did, was when he split this rock right here. It's still here, still there to this day. It says, he opened the rock and waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. Woo! Let me see if I can show y'all something real quick. Bear with me. Let me see. River. No. Man. Just type that. River and desert. Let's see. Damn. Wow. It was a. Let me see, water gushing in desert. Did y'all see that video of that water gushing in the desert? In the middle of the desert, there's water gushing. Water, let's see, gushing in. Here it is, right here. Let's see if I can play the video. Is this it? No, this might be it, right here. Did y'all see this? This is the middle of the desert. Look at water in the middle of the desert. The Most High know where water is, bro. See, get back to that. Look at that. The Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah knows where water is, bro. He can cause water in a. Let's see, this one might be a good one too. Look, water gushing out from the desert in Qasim, Saudi Arabia, a miracle, in fact, conforming to one hadith that near Qam urban desert. See, a miracle. See if I can make it bigger, bro. I don't know. This is not a good picture. It's like I messed up. It's real. Yeah, this is not good. I can't make it no bigger, but y'all, hopefully y'all get the point. Yeah, maybe this is one. Let's see. See the desert? And water just coming out. See, the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah knows where water is, bro. Back to Psalm 105, verse 41. He opened the rock and the waters gushed out. They ran in the dry places like a river. Woo! 42nd verse. For he remembered his holy promise and Abraham his servant. Verse 43. And he brought forth his people with joy. Yes. See, we're happy, man. Our power provided for us. Our power took care of us. Our power loves us. 44th verse. And he gave them the land of the heathen. Lands of the heathen. What land is that? I just show all this land right here. All this land. He gave it all to us. Now let me see if I can prove that to you. Bear with me. It's right here, but it doesn't. I can't blow it up. I don't know how to blow it up, Israel. Um, shit. But right here, it has the. Yeah, here we go. See, Judah, Simeon, Ephraim, Dan, Reuben, Gad, Manasseh, Naphtali, Asher. See the same land right here? That's the same land as right here. That's the same land as right here. See, at first, this is what it was: Ammon, Moab, Esau, all right here at one time. But then after the Most High gave us the strength, the power, we took all this shit. That's why it says, and gave them the lands of the heathen. See, it was the heathen's land at first. Oh, see the word Edom, right? See Edom, Moab right here. Edom, Moab. All this shit was here. They was all in there. And all of a sudden, we took it. We took it. Now it's all in, and we ran their ass on the outskirts. They all back here. Ammon, Moab, Ishmael, Amalek. They all back here. We took all this shit. Israelite men conquered their ass. We're men. We got one more fight in us, men. We are created to rule, reign, and conquer. Men. You don't make a soldier, you don't develop a soldier and put him on a lazy boy chair. You put a soldier in a war. We're soldiers, man. And our power will fight for us in this last day. He will give us supernatural power to defeat Esau Edom, the so-called white man, and his robot drones, his robot dogs, his facial recognition drones, his super soldiers. And gave them the land of the heathen, and they inherited the labor of the people. Yeah, servants. 45th verse, that they might observe his statutes. Yes. And keep his laws. Praise ye the Lord. It's your brother Kawaz Balak. Thank you for listening. No less was edifying to the point, Israel. Pray for me and pray for you. Pray for me and pray for you, Israel. Kwan Mesharal Salakia. Kwan Mesharal. Rise, Israel. We got next, baby, any day now, guaranteed. Can't wait to book it. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls CJ Bourget. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Barakatha Kodash. Shabbat Shalom. To the next one, to you, I say Shalom.